Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video, and in today's video, we're going to be playing a grand challenge. Now, there's been a big change added to challenges in Clash Royale, guys, and that is that evolutions are now enabled. So we're going to be playing with 3.0 Expo Cycle with the Evo Knight, trying to get a 12-win grand challenge today, so all of you guys right now can be playing with Evos. And if you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. The growth has actually been pretty nice recently. I mean, you guys have always been really supportive, even though I've been really busy with university life and classes and work and everything. I've still been getting a fair amount of support and viewership, like just a steady viewership, I guess. Not much growth, but just steady and consistent numbers, which is nice, you know. So yeah, I do appreciate it, guys. Anyway, found our first match against Marill, who is actually, that's the name of a Pokemon, so I kind of like that. He goes for the Ice Spirit as well, so I'm just going to swap my archers right now, and I have a feeling it's going to be Hoggy Q after seeing this. Now, since evolutions are in the game, I have a feeling pretty much everyone we're going to be up against is going to be running an Evo of their own. Yup, Evo Firecracker right there, so this is like the old, most broken deck in Clash Royale, the Hoggy Q, Mighty Miner, Evo Firecracker. I'm sure if you guys played during the Evo Firecracker season, you will know just how traumatic this deck was for everyone. I'm gonna go for a low Tesla for this Hog, maybe bait out a bad Earthquake, and I guess I should have gone Skeletons for the Ice Spirit. I don't know why, I just felt like I didn't want to, I guess, so I didn't. But yeah, we're going to take an Ice Spirit to the face there. That's actually going to put him in the lead. Well, I mean, we're in the lead in the left, but I don't really like going same lane against Hoggy Q unless I already have a big lock, so yeah, I'm just going to slip my archers. He goes for the Mighty Miner, so I'm going to go for Expo opposite lane. Knight in front to break the bomb tower, perfect, because he didn't really have anything in hand. I mean, I don't think he had goblins in cycle, and that is going to be a great lock right there, so very nice stuff. Now, I am going to be down a bit of elixir, so I have to watch out for this potential counter push. He might go Hog right behind the Mighty. He might switch lanes and then go for Hog with the Mighty swap lanes. Either way, we'll see. Okay, he does exactly that. Just going to Tesla Ice Spirit. Really easy peasy, like nothing to get stressed about, because Ice Spirit is very strong in defense, and that is going to be a nice defense. We're going to be up like 450, or technically like 451, I guess, but this is the one situation, I guess, where going same lane is acceptable against Hoggy Q, although that still doesn't mean I'm going to be going for Expos same lane as him. I'm still going to be going for pressure on the right to bait out the Earthquakes and the stronger HP tower on my end, but I'll still ultimately be focusing on his lower HP tower, I suppose. I'm just going to split archers once more, and goes for the Mighty. I'll just pre-Tesla, I guess. He might go for a bomb tower. Okay, goes for the Hog straight up, like he's getting pretty impatient, I guess, and goes for the EQ. That's my cue to go for an Expo, and I do have an Evo Knight, so I could possibly get a big punish off of this. I'm probably just going to pressure in the left, honestly, with the Evo Knight. As it goes for the Evo Firecracker, I'm going to log it back and hopefully not take another one to the face. And, okay, I do. But Evo Knight's still going strong, and Expo is still going strong itself on the right as well. So we get a lot of damage in the right lane. And Evo Knight forces out the Mighty Miner, which is really good. Goes for a pretty aggressive Hog again, but, I mean, these Hogs are, like, really aggressive, like, to the point where it's not even that worth it, I would say. Because they're just going into my stuff. Just going to fireball this Firecracker. Nice, we did hit it. So, very useful skill against this deck, guys. Knowing how to hit Firecrackers with your fireballs. I've watched Titan do it for so long, I'm pretty good at it myself. But you still do have to hit your fireballs because the Firecracker movement is pretty tricky, to be honest. I'm going to see if I can hit this one as it goes back, hopefully. And, okay, yeah, that was an obvious miss, actually, but okay, wow, he's already back to a Hog. We're going to have to go for a low Tesla, and, okay, that Firecracker is going to mess things up. I'm going to take a Hog hit as well. Hopefully not more than one. Okay, thankfully just one, but that's still quite a lot. Like, any Hog hit is a lot of damage, to be honest. So I'm going to have to start pressuring him the right again to force him to go for EQs in the lane he doesn't want to go for. Yep, nice, good catch on the bomb tower. Going to log to reset the Mighty Miner charge. Ice Spirit for his Ice Spirit. Can't take any Ice Spirit chip right now. And this is going to be a small lock, I'm pretty sure. He has to go for the EQ. Perfect. I'll just match with a Fireball. And I can actually activate King off this Firecracker right now, which is going to be very helpful because, I mean, the game is, like, very late, but there's still no harm, you know, in getting a King Tower activation. Like, doesn't matter how late it is, it's still useful. Gonna Ice Spirit to try and snipe this Firecracker. Okay, he does get it protected. I'll try and Fireball it, I guess. I could. Well, actually, I could just get back to a log. I think that would be more economical of a solution. Anyways, so he goes for another hog. He keeps going for these like aggressive hogs at the bridge, but they're not really getting him anywhere. And okay, I missed the firecracker big time, so that's going to cost me. I'm going to have to go for a log, Tesla for this hog, and they're going to have to go back to a second log, I'm pretty sure, for that Evo firecracker. Archers, thankfully, are putting in work against the mighty. Yep, just going to get back to my second log for this Evo Firecracker before it can do any serious damage. And then that shouldn't be any hog hits, I'm pretty sure. Okay, thank God. If that was a hog hit, that might have been very sketchy, but thankfully it wasn't. I'll just get back to a log. And nice, Ice Spirit does jump on the Firecracker. So that's going to be GG, because now even if he gets a hog hit plus an Earthquake, I don't think it's enough to get the damage lead. So that's going to be a nice first win against Hoggy Q. Pretty bread and butter match. Honestly, that was a pretty tough matchup, but now that we have the Evo Knight, I don't think it's a good matchup still, but it's definitely more manageable. So nice first win of the Grand Challenge. Alright guys, starting a game against Sami. I'm gonna give the good luck, see what's up. Just gonna split my skeleton to the back. Okay, no expo to be seen. Oh, I'll log the Goblin Barrel. Okay, so he's playing log bait, looks like. Not really what I like to see, to be honest. Just gonna Ice Spirit to pressure a bit with these skeletons. Okay, he goes for the gang. Split my archers, I guess. Okay, actually, okay, I'll go knight for the princess, and then I can probably expo on the right, to be honest, because he has to respond to this knight plus archer in the left. Otherwise, that's going to be a lot of damage. So he definitely has to respond. I'll go skeletons to predict something as well. Okay, he does go for rascals, so he's playing like a bit of an unconventional deck. Nice, we had a lock, actually. I'm going to log these breakers plus Ice Spirit to keep the expo alive. Nice. Okay, log could have clipped that rascal girl, actually. That's going to be pretty devastating. I'll go for a knight, and I'll eat the entire rascal push on the left, I think, because, I mean, I didn't really have a choice. Yeah, so that's a fair amount of damage, unfortunately, but we're still in the lead, because our expo got an early lock, so that's pretty nice, to be honest. If I did clip that rascal girl, that would have been less damage in the right, but honestly, the damage in the right isn't really a concern anyways. Okay, goes for a princess bridge, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to use a log here. Because, yeah, she is locked on to my troops at least. But, yeah, I have to waste a log. So now he could punish with, I guess, like Rascal's Gang or some other nonsense. We'll see what he wants to do. I am back to my Evo Knight, though, by virtue of my fast cycle. So, guys, a big thing about 3.0 Expo Cycle now in this new age and the new meta, because, you know, we are constantly adapting as a deck, as players with our playstyles with this deck. I would say you want to use the Evo Knight tier advantage as much as possible. So if you can cycle multiple Evo Knights, definitely just go for it. He goes for split breakers. I'll go for the Expo Evo Knight right now. Evo Knight will help against whatever he has. Barbs, okay. I think I will log them actually, because this should be a lock. Like, Evo Knight is very strong. So I actually do wholeheartedly believe I'll get a lock right here, and I do. Very nice. Gonna archers to predict whatever he wants to go for. Okay, skeletons, Ice Spirit for the barrel. I'm gonna have to eat those entire wall breakers actually, but that's not really a concern. I have to catch Princess the Bridge right now though, because if he goes for that, then it's a concern. Nice, good catch. As you guys can see, a very common thing that I hate against log bait, and a thing that you should always be prepared against, is Princess Bridge. And so my best piece of advice would be to count their cycle. That's like the only way to know when they have Princess in cycle. And then if they do have it in cycle, play stuff in the middle like I did there, predict the Princess Bridge, because if they do get it off, they're going to get at least one guaranteed hit, if not two, and that's just going to be really annoying, really problematic, so you have to be careful of that. Anyways, this is shaping up to be a free fireball actually on the Rascal Girls plus the wall breakers. Gonna skeletons for the princess again, Tesla, and I'm just not letting him go for any princesses. Evo Knight is back in business, just gonna log, and there's only 7 seconds left, so the game is pretty much over. Nice win against a very interesting log bait deck. He didn't have a big spell, I don't think, so that should be a pretty decent matchup for me, to be honest. I'll just give the good game, and yeah, we take those. Alright guys, final game against CHN Samuel. Let's see what he's going to be running. I don't think this is going to be the real Samuel Basoto, although I guess there is a very minor chance, but I doubt it. He's not doing anything, so I'll just expo innermost tile just to be safe, I guess. And he goes for a Knight Sparky. Okay, oh, he's playing Goblin Giant Sparky, pretty sure. So this is going to be an interesting matchup, guys, because this is one that's actually like dominating the leaderboards. I'm going to go for a Knight for the Sparky. Knight does full counter Sparky, and it's also like spell resistant. Yup. As you guys can see, I actually didn't know that interaction, but Knight does survive a Sparky hit plus arrow, so that's useful. Although if he went for something really ballsy like Rage as well, he actually would have gotten a Sparky hit there. I was not ready for it, but thankfully he didn't. But yeah, Knight is always the safest option. And yeah, this deck has been dominating the leaderboards, guys. There were like plenty of Goblin Giant Sparky finishers in the top 100. I think 2 in the top 10, in fact. And there was even like, there was a leaderboard for players without evolutions. And Goblin Giant Sparky was one of the best decks, because I think Goblin Giant is just really strong after the buff. Got like a 6% HP buff or something. Okay, I have to let this go. I don't think I can... If I had enough elixir for a fireball, that would have been a great fireball, but I don't, sadly. So I'll just go for my late archer skeleton. I think he's back to his arrows, actually, so... Yeah, that's gonna be like 500 damage, unfortunately. I kind of just have to take it. But it's okay, because now I have him in a pretty good spot where I have outcycled the Goblin Giant, and he has Knight and Sparky, but he doesn't have Evo Knight. I do have Evo Knight because I've cycled so fast. You guys can see, if you play single right, you can get an Evo Knight in the first like 1 minute 30. You can really use that to your advantage, which I'm going to try right now. Going to go for the Expo plus Evo Knight right now. Hopefully catch a Sparky. Okay, he goes for a Knight opposite. I think he's like one off Goblin Giant, actually. He went like Minions, Ray. Yeah, he's back to Goblin Giant, so I'm going to have to just let this go, I suppose. I'll Ice Spirit for the Minions, though, and Skeletons. Maybe get a tiny lock. But I doubt it, honestly. Yeah, that's not really going to be anything. We get, like, 3 Expo ticks. Although he does still have to respond to the Knight, so might as well just keep the pressure up with this Expo while he is responding to my Evo Knight. Has to go for a mini P.E.K.K.A. Get a Knight to predict. Okay, he goes for an Evo Knight himself. So that's going to be pretty difficult to stop, actually. I have to Ice Spirit for this mini P.E.K.K.A. as well. And then I actually cannot go for the Skeletons on the Mother Witch right away, because that's going to spawn more Cursed Hogs. I guess Expo does help out, so only take 1 hit, thankfully. I guess I have to let this go, and I just have to keep pressuring, honestly. I don't really see a way of winning this by playing super passive, so I'm just going to go for the archers in the right, build up to an Expo push in the right as well. Ice Spear for the Sparky, good catch. Knight to make sure he gets retargeted off the Expo, and then I think he's back to his Knight. Yep, he is, so that's going to be a pain. I'm just going to go for a Tesla, I guess, to DPS, but he's back to his Goblin Giant, so he very well could go for one, as he does. And that's just going to be pretty easy for him. I'm going to go archers. If he wants to go arrows, he has to go arrows off my tower, which is honestly fine with me. Okay, never mind. Apparently he can still just get away with it. But this should be a nice Expo now. He's not back to his Goblin Giant. I have my Evo Knight as well. Perfect. And then he should not have his Evo Knight. I think he's only gone for 1 since. So, oh, nice. My Evo Knight destroys the Sparky. Going to try and DPS this as much as possible. This might be a lock, actually, guys, because he's low in elixir right now. I'm going to Tesla the bridge and hopefully get a nice lock, although he does have arrows in this deck, so he can go for arrows, but I'll log this all. I'll kite the mini P.E.K.K.A. out of Expo range with my Skeletons, and he has to go for arrows. I'll Expo once more. Oh, I misplaced it, yikes. Although he probably doesn't know that, honestly. Yup, he does not know it, and he actually has an Evo Knight, so this is one thing I was talking about, guys, like before when people were saying Evo Knight's gonna kill Expo. One thing you can do with your Expos is use them to bait out Evo Knights, actually, like right now. That Expo basically just bait out an Evo Knight, and now I have my cycle kind of fixed where he doesn't have anything. Okay, really bad mini P.E.K.K.A. placement. That's going to be a lock, and that might be GG, actually, guys. Going to go for a Tesla, and then I have to go archers to kite this mini P.E.K.K.A. into my Tesla, and then that's just going to be a nice lock. Although, honestly, even if he placed that correctly, I believe I could have gotten a lock out of this Expo sequence, or if not, then I probably would have gone for a defensive Expo to try and switch things up, because honestly, it was not working out until that point. Okay, he's definitely building up for a huge push in the left. I'm just going to fireball that. Don't want to mess around with the Mother Witch. Plus, I can go for Skeletons freely now. And then arrows come down, but that's just going to be an Ice Spirit log. And as you guys can see, we are chilling. Big chilling. So just going to go for a Knight, and he says good luck. Oh, he seems to be mad. I'll just give the global turn emote, I guess. Okay, he's spamming super hard in the right. That's not exactly how you're going to break through against this deck, so I don't know what that was all about, but yeah, that is GG. I think he's upset, but to be honest, he played pretty well, and that's not like the easiest matchup because he has Evo Knight in there as well. Like, he can literally tank, you know, for as long as he wants, so it's honestly not like a really like that easy of a matchup. I'd say it's like yeah, I'd say it's acceptable, so nice win. Alright guys, found another match against Alonso. Gonna give him the good luck and see what he wants to do. Just gonna go for my Skeletons and Expos again, sadly nowhere to be seen. Okay, we see a Tombstone. I'm gonna go for a Knight the back, and I was gonna say this is either gonna be Graveyard or Lava Hound. Looking like Graveyard now after seeing the Knight, although I guess it could really be anything, because I mean, people are really putting Evo Knight in any deck at this point, like literally. He goes for the Barb Barrel too. Just gonna go for a high Tesla. And he can't really do anything about this Tesla. He doesn't have Tombstone in cycle, so anything he plays is actually going to go into this Tesla. And if he leaks, then I can go for an Expo because I have a Tesla alive. And he actually has to go Ice Wiz right now. He has nothing in hand except for Ice Wiz for my Expo. He goes for a Baby Dragon. Poison, that's fair enough, but I mean, he's not tanking for the Expo, as I said. So that's going to be a nice lock. That's going to be like 1,000 damage lead to start this game out, which is really nice. And that's probably GG already because I think he probably has Evo Knight. I didn't see the Evo Crystal or not, but I'm pretty sure he has Evo Knight. But, like, this is a decent matchup, and especially with a lead like this, I don't really see how this is going to go south. I'm going to take the Fireball as well, guys. In this kind of matchup, if you're going in a certain lane and they keep giving you Tombstones in that lane, I just take the Fireball on them, honestly, because it's just worth it, I would say. Like, it's literally worth it. There's no downside. And I mean, I guess if you're like down elixir, then yeah, there's probably no point going for a fireball. But if they give you a fireball in the lane that you're going for anyways, I really don't see any harm in going for it. So you're gonna go for an Evo Knight, hopefully in time, nice, and that's just gonna defend everything because Evo Knight is really strong, as you guys can see. It's just a big tank. So that's going to be Expo opportunity. I'm gonna log this Tombstone off. I don't think he has any ground troops in hand. Okay, never mind. He's back to his Evo Knight, so well played. He cycled back pretty fast. But that's still going to be a pretty good situation for me overall, because, I mean, I just forced out the Evo Knight, which means next time he won't have it in cycle. So that is still good for me, in all honesty. I'm going to go for my low Skellies. Evo Knight, the way you have to defend it, guys, is you have to get it to start attacking stuff, because if it's not attacking, if it's moving, it has that shield. And then that's just going to be, like, it's going to take no damage. So I think Skeletons are really useful against it, just because you can get away with, like, say Tesla, he goes for a poison, so I'll just fireball back. But say like a Tesla or Archers, if you just have that 1v1 the Evo Knight by themselves, they actually won't really get much going. But if you do have the Skeletons distracting, Evo Knight will be attacking, it'll lose its damage reduction, and that's when you can really get to work on whittling its HP down. He might go for a Graveyard right here, but it's really no concern. Yeah, he actually shouldn't, because this is like, this push is dead. I'll Ice Spirit as well, just to protect. I'll go for my Expo, and yeah, that Tombstone is in Fireball range, so I'm not sure why he gave me that again, but again, I'm just going to take it, literally, why not? And I don't really care about this Expo. I mean, I'll defend it lightly. Okay, I don't know why he goes for the Baby Dragon Graveyard. That's just a Tesla Archers. That's a free +2 for me. That's like no damage for him. He goes for a NATO as well, so that's like a +5 for me, -5 for him. And I can go for an Expo on the right now. Plus, I got a nice Expo lock in the left, actually. I'll Ice Spirit for the Barb Barrel, log the Ice Wiz. Okay, he is back to his Evo Knight, but as you guys can see, I haven't really allowed him to go for a single, like, nice Graveyard push with the Evo Knight, right? Like, all his Evo Knights are pretty much just defending against my Expos. He's never really gotten what he really wants, which is like an Evo Knight Graveyard push. And again, he gives me a free Fireball. I'm just going to take it. I think that's like 4 now. 4 Fireballs on his Tombstones plus right side tower, which is exactly what I'm going for. I'm going to pre-cycle Archers this time, because this looks like a possible Graveyard, actually, and I have to be careful. And actually, if he pre-poisons, that's going to be really good for me. He goes for a NATO. I'll Expo on the left just to pressure, honestly. You can defensive Expo or offensive. Since I actually have some nice damage in the left, I actually find offensive should be just fine right now. I'll log once more. Save my Ice Spirit for this Ice Wizard. Just Tesla for the baby, although I guess I'll go for one in the middle instead of, like, all the way on the side, so it can help out against the right as well. Once again, he gives me a free Fireball. Not sure what that's about, but I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to take it every time. Okay, he finally gets what he wants, which is an Evo Knight Graveyard push, but it's too little too late, because even if he poisons, just make sure you have your login cycle for the Graveyard cleanup, and that's going to clean up the Graveyard Skeletons very nicely. Knight's actually getting some hits in the left. Okay, I should have Fireballed in the left, I guess, but I'll Expo to pressure, and at this point, yeah, he can't do anything. It's GG, so it's over. Really decent matchup, I'd say, especially if you get a nice lead in single, which you can very easily just by punishing their cycle. Like, say they waste a Knight, they waste a Barb Barrel, you can really just get a nice punish going. And so that's going to be 11-2, guys. So we are 1 win away from getting the Grand Challenge. Let's try and get it. So final match against No Name Boys and see what we can do in the final match. So I'm going to split my Archers. I have Expo and Cycle, which is actually good, because I can go for it if I want to. Yeah, he's not doing anything, so I'm just going to straight up go for the Expo, honestly. He goes for a Golem. Okay, I'm going to go for an Ice Spirit to protect this one Archer. I think the timing is off. Yeah, the timing is off, so that's a bit sus. But that would have been like 400 damage if I got it correct. I guess I just didn't think of it fast enough. But they should still be a really decent push. I'm gonna go defense rather. I'm gonna go skeletons to distract the E-Drag to make sure it dies to the Tesla. Perfect. With the new Tesla hit speed buff, guys, it's actually doing pretty solid on defense, as you guys can see. That's going to be no damage at all. And now I have him in a pretty good spot, because I have my Expo again, and he's like 3 off Golem. He went Golem E-Drag. Yeah, I'm going to go Expo on the left, and I don't think he has anything great for this. Like, if he goes Skelly Drags, that's a Fireball. If he goes Lumberjack, that's a Knight. Going to go Knight. Does go Lumberjack, so that's going into my Knight. Perfect. And I'll kite these barbs out of Expo range. This is a fun little trick, guys. Go for a cycle card in that corner, and that's going to be a nice lock. So I think I have to go archers for these Skelly Drags. I don't think skeletons will do the trick, but that's going to be a lot of damage still. That should put me in the lead. Even though I take some here, yeah, I take some back, but I'm still going to be up like 500, and that is going to be a solid spot, especially because if he eats these archers, going to be up like another 300. Like, that's going to be, yeah, 2 hits, 3 hits. That's like another 300 damage coming in. He goes for a pump. I'm just going to Expo and hopefully take his tower, because then all I have to do is defend 1 golem sequence in double, and that's really not hard. Okay, he goes for the barbell. Okay, good thing I didn't overcommit with something crazy like a Tesla there, because I honestly was considering it, but it's good that I didn't, because he went barbell. Gonna go for the activation, guys. What I like to do always is I let it hit once to get into the rhythm, and then I'm used to it so I can get a guaranteed like activation, because if you mess it up, that's just going to be really bad. Like, you're going to take like 3 E-Drag hits for absolutely no reason. Going to go for a defensive Expo here, and I'll go for one in the inner corner instead of outside of the center, because his golem's in the corner like of the map. If it was behind the king, I'd go for one like in the center, but because he went for one in the corner, I think it's better to go and to be safe and not like risk anything getting like not getting kited, I guess. Gonna go log skeletons for these Evo barbs. Tesla's doing work against the E-Drag, and I have to go Knight, I think, although I don't really want to, but honestly, Evo barbs are so underrated. They would get so much damage, I feel, so yeah, okay, I'm down like 5. Okay, I'm actually down like 8 elix. Okay, I'm down 7, because I was down 5. He got 2 pumps from the pump, so I have to really chill. I have to get a really optimal defense. Oh, if I had log, I could do a trick, guys, to get that E-Drag in front of the golem, but I'm still going to try and snipe it. Go archers for the E-Drag, and then Knight, and hopefully archers can kill the E-Drag. Yeah, they can. Perfect. So that's going to be a dead E-Drag. Beautiful. Just abusing the fact that his E-Drag was way too high. I'll Ice Spirit as well, and then archers. Okay, Skeleton Dragon's going to be on tower, but it shouldn't be more than like 2 hits, I think. Yeah, oh, 3. Okay, ouch. Third one was a bit painful. I'll cycle a log because I want to get him into spell cycle range pretty soon, I guess. Like, I'm slowly just defending. And honestly, I'm comfortable defending this position. It's just like 1 choke could lose me the match, so I have to be really careful. But with activated king, I really don't see any situation in which I'll be able to choke this off. Because, like, yeah, this is actually looking pretty good. I'll go for Expo right now. And I have an Evo Knight. I have a second Knight as well, just to block. And then Skelly drags him down. I'll go for the Ice Spirit. That's going to be a lock. I'll archers for the Barbarrel log as well. And that's going to be a lock. Yup, and I can just Fireball Tower. That's going to be it. I could Fireball on defense, but I think, yeah, I just Fireball Tower and take the win. So that's going to be GG, guys. Very nice win. I'll give him the well played and the good luck, because he did play well. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. That's going to be a 12 win in the new Grand Challenge format, where we do have the Evos available for everyone. So I think we played against an Evo every single game, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, everyone else is using it too. So you guys, even if you don't have Evo Knight unlocked, or Evos in general unlocked, you actually can use them. So make sure to do that. I'm going to open my chest right now. We get a legendary wild card, not bad. Although I think I'm fully maxed now, like, except for elite level, so I actually don't really need anything from this chest. But, you know, it's still nice. It's a lot of elite wild cards. That's, like, how much? Like, okay, 2k. But the gold is decent, although I don't need gold for anything either, actually. But that's going to be GC number 124 in this account. Getting up there for the road to 150, I guess, which I will be going for eventually. But yeah, nice 2 12 wins in a row. So that's going to be for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.